sometimes the most detrimental things happen because they harbor.
Man.
And then you're taught early unknowingly to harbor emotions, harbor feelings.
Yeah, to hold it in.
Can't cry, can't let out, can't vent. That's weak, especially as a man. It's no, suppress. How do you take the hat of coach and the hat of father off and not demean somebody's emotion, not the individual, but what they feel matters.
Yeah.
I remember my son had a game. He was in the 6th grade. It was a championship game.
Oh.
His team lost, and he came back from the locker room, and he's crying, sad. And he sits down, and I go over to him, and I said, "You don't ever let them see you cry. That's a weak component."
Yeah.
And I said that. And I remember thinking back, that was a horrible thing, man. I didn't allow him to fully feel. I retracted that emotion and caused him to think on something else.
Wow.
Thinking it'll be beneficial when you get older. That was a growing and learning moment for me. Moment where I truly had to apologize. I shared with him, I said, "Hey man, I just want to apologize for that. And I just want you to know that you have the liberty to be free in what you feel and display that feeling and not feel like you have to withhold because it'll make you weak."
How did he respond?
Oh yeah, it was one of those moments. Oh yeah, I appreciate it. I love you. Yeah. But you saw that tear from Denzel and Glory.
Fully connected. Hey, real quick, guys, before we get started with the episode, I just want to say thank you for clicking on this video. I've realized the majority of people who watch this podcast haven't yet subscribed to the podcast. So take that time right now to hit that subscribe button and to smash that like button. I really appreciate the support. Now let's get back to the episode. Yeah. Welcome back to the Fully Connected Podcast, your go-to destination for inspirational conversations to help you become your greatest version. I am your host, Chris Jones, licensed therapist and owner of Fully Connected Counseling. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest, my brother from another. He's like a second brother to me, one of the funniest guys I know for sure. He may not feel like that, but I always feel like he could have been a comedian in a past life. All right, he's a football and basketball coach, right? For Sunrise Christian Academy.
Yes.
I believe they're in the EYBL League. I believe so, right? And from my knowledge, one of the top teams, in the city, I believe, at least in the private school, right? So without further ado, we have Mr. Roland Mumford in the building, man. What's going on?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So how's it going, man? It's been a minute, man. We reconnected at the gathering. Saw you there with your wife, bro, but how you been?
I've been good, man. I just want to, thank you for the opportunity, bro. I'm looking forward to the conversation. Like you said, we go way back, man, to the Beacon Hill days.
The Beacon. There we go. That's where it all started,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Definitely 21st and Woodlawn for you.
Man.
Yep. I remember that house. Your family. I remember your dad. You guys were one of the first, people who introduced me to the George Foreman Grill.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? The George Foreman Grill. I was like, man, this is unbelievable. Yeah. It takes all the grease and just you can just throw it out nice and easy.
That's hilarious, man. Yeah. He's a master connoisseur of the grill ministry. So
definitely, man. Man. How's the family doing?
They're good, man. I enjoying retirement. How teaching goes. Your mom's a teacher, mom. So 40 plus years. Finally retired. I told her don't do anything else that has to do with teaching.
Bro.
She still has a shed full of scholastic equipment, and I said, you leave it there and I'll pay somebody to come pick it up.
Definitely. So remind me again, because your mom what kind of teacher was your mom, and your dad, was he in teaching too, right?
So my mom did K through 5 for like I said 40 plus years, from Colvin Elementary, Washington. I mean, good God, she's worldwide, world span. We can be at Walmart and somebody might, Miss Mumford. So it's one of those ordeals, she's done that for forever since I was little. And then my father was a engineer, and he was out at Boeing.
Yeah.
20 plus. So yeah, and that was always fun. That dynamic of him first, second shift, my mom first shift.
Yep. And now you're at Spirit too, right?
I was a Spirit for a little bit, and then I
Yeah.
transitioned to where I'm at now. So I work at Motion Industries. We're a manufacturer where companies will call us to order parts and materials for their industry and what they need.
Absolutely.
So we call the big bosses and we say, hey, we need this pronto.
Definitely. And I know you work heavily with the kids, you know,
man.
what is it? What's the grade level from the kids you coach at the school?
I get the awesome opportunity to mentor and from junior high all the way up to high school.
Okay.
So that's always been an honor, man. And I count it as a privilege. We get to teach the game, but also we don't have to shy away from helping equip young men and young women. Just the walks of life, what they can expect beyond the sport that they claim that they like and some of them love or claim that they're passionate about.
Right.
So that's an honor. And, there's some awesome people that, help give you wisdom in realms that you need it. You have some great basketball minds out there, and quiet as kept. It's becoming a football powerhouse out there.
At Sunrise,
2-time state champs in the last 4 years, and handling business. Shout out Coach Miller, Coach Glover, Coach Jay. Those guys work super, super hard with
Coach
those young
Luke
men.
as well.
Yep, Coach Luke Barnwell, who's at Texas Tech now.
Oh, okay, he's at Texas Tech.
Awesome dude, man. He's a great guy. He's a real general, and I think a big thing for me is watching families come in, touring the school, seeing the process, understanding that it's faith, and they emphasize that, but also coming in and being challenged, because if you think about it, they go from being the man wherever they're at, and then they transition to for some that transfer in. Now you're on a squad full of dudes that's like, I can go get mine too. So that's always a fun dynamic, watching people compete. And there's various teams for the different levels in which you categorize under. So I've been blessed to be a part of the varsity team, which is it's like the tier under the actual elite. And then above the elite team, we have our post-grad.
Oh, wow. I just thought varsity was at the top over there, but there's an elite team.
Yes, sir.
That's the EYBO?
Our elite team was formerly coached by Luke Barnwell.
Okay.
Now it's being coached by Coach Kyle Lindstedt, who was he's a former Division I coach. So, yeah, he definitely knows the game.
Absolutely.
And, he had the elite team for a while, and then it transitioned to Coach Barnwell. And now... he's back and, getting it back to the prominence.
Man.
And then our post-grad program is for the young men that desire that one extra year, so they can come in as 19-year-olds and compete at that level.
I didn't realize that, bro. So what would you say, like,
jewel, man.
It's a quiet one, right?
Yes, sir.
What would you say, like, if a young man, like high schooler who wants to be able to play D1 level, right? What do they need to do?
I think your psyche has to be coming in with humility. I think the biggest thing that young men, since we're speaking on young men get in trouble from when they come in with that mindset of, I got it, I know it all. There's nothing that I can be taught. This is God given. If you let me be me, let me play my game, let me orchestrate how I want to orchestrate.
Right.
And from day one at all the different levels, you're challenged. You have to lay that guy down and be willing to, sacrifice that for the team.
Yeah,
and you find out real quick the guys that are willing to sacrifice versus the guys that have hidden agendas.
So they have to be humble.
Yeah.
And be able to be coachable.
Oh, yeah.
What do you see, like, some of the players who are successful, who may go off to play D1? What are they like? What do they do different than the other, like, hard-headed kids?
A lot of times the ones that we do get to, fortunate enough to see them, get next level, Division I, Division II, and then, possibly hear their names called in the NBA. you can kind of tell just interacting with them at school.
Yeah.
Because again, I go back to game alone, skill alone, all of that's dope. But it's the psyche that a lot of coaches look for. And you hear coaches come in and they'll meet with, other coaches. Is this kid a headache? Will we have to get tutors? Is this kid a one that we'll need a pacifier with? And some coaches are willing to sacrifice getting the 30-point a game guy or the 28 a point for the kid that'll give me 18 and just listens.
Man, that's something.
Yeah.
And that's something. Because it's really, at the end of the day, it's a team effort. It's not just about you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and that sport, it takes all 14, 15, whoever's on that roster. And
definitely. So are you like one of the heads for the varsity?
So for the varsity, I was an assistant. I coached with my brother, Jeff Peterson. We did that for a span of 3 to 4 years together. And before that, I was helping with the junior high. And that team, we had some great seasons, came runner up 2 years ago. And then last year, they did the same, second place again in the year before. It's a tough league, but those young men come in and they work hard, and it's a great team to be on for the ones that have aspiration. And I tell a lot of people, if basketball is a passion, that's a great school to be at, because they definitely emphasize it. Football's starting to really be recognized over there. They have a solid softball team as well. And I think it's one of those where they, proudly get to emphasize, we not only get to focus on the parameters of you as an athlete and a student, but we know we can also give faith principles, so that when you have moments where you upset and you want to, hurt somebody, we can kind of diminish that and bring you back down.
That's crazy.
So I think that's a cool aspect that we get to bring to the table.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Did you ever see yourself like being a coach like 10 years ago?
For a while I did, man. I was truly passionate about it, and seeing the light bulbs click, that's always been great. I love that.
Yes.
And then also seeing guys, fight back. That's also a joy too.
Absolutely.
Because being able to monitor somebody's progression with their maturity pertaining to the game, that's also cool to see too. And then being able to see them come to the realization of, you're not against me. Like, you really want to see me win.
Absolutely. Some
kids come in, you holding me back, man. You're not letting me be great. You're not letting me do my thing. I can't play my game in this offense. I can't. And then after a while, they kind of come around like, we're not holding your arms. We're not, keeping you bound.
They're the only ones holding themselves
that's
back.
Right. That's right. So that's been a joy, man. And then, the mentoring side, a big thing too that doesn't get talked about. There's kids internationally that come over.
Yeah.
So
wow. What countries?
I've been blessed to coach kids from, and you probably will be like, nah, but Brazil and Poland, Switzerland, Iceland,
Russia,
Yugoslavia. Yeah, man, the list goes on. Venezuela. I mean, and you interact and you can tell the culture that they come from is vastly different.
So how do they know about Sunrise? I mean, I'm guessing like Sunrise, I didn't realize how big of a, academic, or not academic, but the athlete.
So
that school is Sunrise. I did not realize their sports were that big that people from Russia are coming over.
The founder of Sunrise Christian Academy, Dr. Robert Lindstedt, he established it back in the 70s. And it's been pretty prominent, but he's one that travels. Yeah. And, he has connections across the seas, in the States, out of the States. Dang. And so a while back, he was able to make some connections with some academies across the way. And a lot of people deem America as that's my ticket to success.
Oh, yeah.
So they create these academies overseas, and then they go and they call. Hey, we have this young man. Hey, we got this young lady. And, we think they would be great in the system. And so, they'll shoot them our way. They'll learn about the school, learn about tuition. They'll learn about, our faith principles. And if it's a good fit, they'll jump in.
Man, that's awesome, man. That's really dope. I had no idea, bro. And so the crazy thing is because obviously you're a coach, but then it's like not only are you a coach, but you're a father and a husband too. So it's like, how do you take off that coaching hat when you go home, or does it?
Oh man, yeah.
Because I like me, like as a therapist, you know, when I come home, like with my girlfriend and whatnot, it's just like I can't go into therapist mode. You know what I mean? Or I get yelled at, right?
That's hilarious. You said that. For me, I don't really think it's a display of having to switch.
Right.
I think it's just really understanding the audience. And
Absolutely.
like, these people aren't necessarily ones that you feel like you have to talk to, like they're not hearing you. You know, sometimes coaches have different tones and ways that we're direct. And you have to always remember to shut that valve off when you're speaking to your wife or your daughters. And it's like, you know, this ain't that case, you know. But from an authoritative perspective, there's always going to be some passion when you speak. And so the tone can rise and give off that Mufasa vibe. But then you realize, because it's easy to do, man. And it really is. And again, like,
yeah, for sure.
It takes you really got to be mature, man. Sometimes kids pop off and, you know, you got to remember who you are and where you're at. And it's like, wow, man, you know, but it just lets you know there is levels. And I come home and that's my safe place. So I realize there's nothing that you have to be in front of people who embrace you and they love you. So you come in and you're welcome that way. And I think that's cool.
That's super cool. So it sounds like the ego doesn't need to be up when you are around people who you can be yourself, bro.
And when you come home, you're no longer coach. You're no longer, pastor, minister, whatever function that you do, artist, rapper, creator. You are, with kids, you're the jungle gym now. You're the, hey, we're going to jump on you. We're going to run. We're going to play.
Right.
We're going to go outside and ride these bikes. And so that's always awesome to me. I get to, like you said, lay that hat down.
Man, it's a good feeling, man. So because you've been married now for 10 years, it's like, what are some things that have worked out for you guys, because there's a lot of people out there who are fearful of marriage or at the same time may not be doing it correctly, so you've been doing it for a decade now, and it sounds like there's some stuff that obviously have worked out for you.
Yeah. I will say, man, for me, the biggest successor was finding out it's okay to be wrong,
man,
for the sake of both of y'all being at peace. And it's okay to not always try to prove a point. It's okay to have hard conversations,
man.
But the number one thing is it's necessary to keep communication lines open, because if they're not, as you know, most of us are not mind readers. And so when it comes to dialogue and conversation, you'll miss the point every single time.
Man.
And men by nature, we're analytical. We're sometimes pride driven.
Absolutely.
Sometimes solution driven. And women can get to venting, and we will take it as it's time to problem solve. Let's get it. And you will cut your lady off before she finishes.
Right.
And then that was just her valve of, I'm releasing this because you're a safe space. And something my wife always says is challenge yourself to listen, to not respond. Just listen.
Listen without responding.
That has been super successful, man. That aspect of it, every marriage and relationships period is going to have their challenges, but it's really about laying down ego, recognizing people's emotion, embracing it, not judging it, and being transparent, man. I think that's it. Struggles will come, and as long as people don't feel judged and like you're coming at them from a disrespectful manner, most of the time people are okay being vulnerable.
Absolutely, man. That's a really good insight there. Like you said, like it's okay to be wrong, because there's so many men who, I gotta be right.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Because that's what the ego says. I gotta be right. I can't be wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like, even like when I see couples, sometimes I see couples in therapy, I ask them like, do you want to be right or do you want to be married? Because a lot of the times people do want to just be right. But like, was there ever a time when you were like that, like maybe back in the day, when it was hard for you to lay down the ego? Like, how did you get over that?
Yeah, absolutely. You come home and you're fresh out of the warehouse, and
Yeah.
you're men talking in men, yelling at men. You're hearing people talk to people any kind of way. And, you forget to turn that valve off, and, your lady comes in and she's venting and she's sharing, and that's easy. Why you making something so minuscule huge? And immediately you cut deep, unknowingly, cutting. And, for men, our words carry so much weight to the ones that hold them the dearest. And that's usually your spouse. And so, like, I learned early, some things can be retracted. I mean, you can pull them back. Ooh, yeah, I caught that one just in time. Sometimes things can go out. Yeah. You pay for them. Man. And, you get to a place in wisdom to where you're slow to speak, quick to hear. Slow to speak.
Definitely. That's what you have to do. Like, you got 2 ears and you have one mouth. That's what my dad always used to say, man.
Put that on a t-shirt.
2 ears and 1 mouth.
2 ears, 1 mouth, man. Yeah. Somebody shouldn't be,
Yeah, man. But it's facts. But it can be hard at times, because then, like, so many men, don't feel heard, and they start yelling, start getting argumentative, or even taking it out on their kids, But, like, I like what you said. Like, when you come home, you might have to be the jungle gym.
That's right.
Some men don't want to be the jungle gym.
No, they don't. Yeah, they want to rule the kingdom. Yeah,
the jungle gym, man. So how old are the kids now?
So man, let's see. Woo, I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old. Okay. Then I have a 20-year-old. Yeah, 20-year-old and a 19-year-old.
Okay, yeah. So that's a gap right there.
Yes, sir, man.
19, 20, 7, and 9.
Welcome to the world, man. I got gray and white hairs everywhere, but it's an awesome thing, man.
You say you got them everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere, all on the chin, bro. You can't hide them no more. I used to.
Yeah. Used to get the dye?
Man, that Bosley. No, I'm just kidding. I'm playing. Sherwin-Williams, and I'd get that paintbrush. Okay. I'm kidding. Nah, but
they should come out with like a hair.
They should, bro.
Sherwin-Williams, like, some people do want to paint that gray.
They do, man. But hey, I've learned, man. You embrace it. It's there. That's wisdom. That's what my dad would say. Can't hide wisdom. So,
man, you can't hide. It's gonna come out, and you can't hide foolishness either. That's
absolutely not. But yeah, my 2 oldest and and then my littles. So it'll be, man, gosh,
like fifth grade,
5th and 2nd grade, and then I have one that's going to be a sophomore in college. He's at Fort Hayes on a football scholarship.
Nice,
playing football, and then my daughter's at Wichita State. She's doing business and minoring in criminal. It's either criminal or general education. Yeah.
Okay. Now, did you go to Wichita State?
I did not go to Wichita State. I went to Butler.
Yeah. Hey, I went to Butler too coat. In the beginning. Yep.
Yep.
Butler Community College. Oh, you know what I mean?
Drove to El Dorado, man. I lived up there. Yeah, man. In them prison cells. They call dorms. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I went to the Andover campus, but yeah, you were on the dorms.
Oh, Haverhill Road, man. Yep. Good and bad times. Dang, I saw some things kids shouldn't see, man.
Oh, for real?
Oh, yeah.
On the El Dorado campus?
Oh, yeah. Well, we were across the street from the driveway. I'm dating my age. They used to have a drive-in over there, man, and you would see fights. You would see police chases. And in the city of El Dorado, there's only 3 things to do. There's Walmart, there's football games, and then they had a skating rink. That might be gone now. And then, the motivation to not trip and do nothing dumb was the reason that they had the good old, jail out there. So you'll find out real quick,
Yeah, and like even like especially since we work with like the youth, it's like, man, they don't have anything to do.
No.
And then especially if they're not in sports, so then a lot of kids, like I've seen so many like good like potential D1, kids just blow it off because of those dumb decisions. Man.
Yeah. Yep. And we find that out too, and I believe that's where cultivation comes in. You catch them in early, and you help realign the mindset. You tell them this alone is not going to get you everywhere that you want to be. I remember a coach when I was in junior high, and it stuck with me. He said, for some of you kids, the only D1 you will see is on the vending machine. and it stuck with me, and it made me laugh.
The only D one,
yeah, on the vending machine,
on the hot Cheetos,
and yeah, when you want that. And so I chuckled, man, but you know it
crazy,
is because
man.
we make that our Mount Rushmore, D1 or bust, for the kids that are feeling like this is the only avenue to success.
Right.
But then the challenge becomes, okay, broken tibia, broken femur, broken ankle, MCL, ACL, broken elbow, broken wrist.
Know there's MCL.
Like, oh yeah. You can go down the list. You know, your vertebrae. What about it? Like those things break, those things hurt. The recovery time ends up being longer. Your tendon doesn't strengthen again. What is your backup plan? What what is the psyche now? The game might be taken away for me. Now what? Because you put all your eggs into one basket.
Wow.
It's this or nothing.
And so many people, their identity is in the sport. So it's like, I'm a football player.
I'm going to dress like it. I'm going to look like it. I'm going to play like it. And I'm going to vibe out like it. Yep. Now, if that's taken away from me, I lose it. And then I go into what's the quick money grab? What's the quick? Because I get the opportunity to talk to what they call troubled teens. And I hate that title. But for a lot of those kids, that's their MO.
Yeah.
Whatever's quick, whatever's tangible, whatever I can grab the fastest, I'm willing to link up with it because it doesn't require as much work.
Instant gratification.
Instant. And I remember my mom telling me, she said, we live in a generation that the microwave is more embraced than the crock pot. And I love that terminology because the microwave is deemed as quicker and you can do it faster. Whereas the crock pot is going to take some time, but you know that the result is going to be everything that you want.
Man, nobody's going to taste better.
Nobody's going to put a pot roast in the microwave.
That George Foreman.
Yeah, George Foreman. You might have to hold that bad boy down. But I do. I see that. And kids, man, their minds are beautiful. And you know, they always come into that perspective of I'm misunderstood. Nobody understands me. So I have this music and I'm going to embrace and I'm going to gravitate to that. And the hard part is they embrace what they hear without even walking that life out.
Man, that's so real, man.
Yeah. So, and I see that a lot. And, you know, you sit down and you just have those hard conversations. You know, what's your 3-year plan? That's where I start. And, you know, once you hear that.
Do a lot of kids know?
No, absolutely not.
Because I know even when I ask a question like that, it's just like
you don't know.
Junior in high school, they're not really thinking about 3 years out.
The answer we get is whatever happens, happens.
Right. And our kids, like the youth, they need exposure. They need to be able to see it. That's what I realized even for myself. Like I didn't realize what I was going to be doing when I was in high school. I was trying to be a rapper.
Yeah.
But now I just rap differently.
And that part makes me a little upset too, man, because being a product of public and sometimes having that psyche of what is the game plan? What is the grind? What is the next move? And now like being in the system with private and seeing how they operate, it is a quicker setup for them to have an understanding and stand on that understanding when they leave and graduate. Yeah. And it hurts, man, because you see, and I know that you went to school with some gifted minds, and it's like they end up leaving and there's still questions.
I know.
It's like, what? And it's like, what you want to do? What do you want to be? And how are you going to be? And so
do you feel like that responsibility should be more on the schools or more on the parents?
I think a lot of times for kids, they adapt to culture and they reciprocate what's given out. I think teachers are told, get the syllabus out, teach the curriculum. If you're paying attention, you're paying attention.
State assessments.
But, they're thinking, I have multiple classes. I can't pinpoint for one individual who may or may not be getting it. Yeah. Whereas, in private, the classes are a little bit smaller. So there's intentionality as far as being able to conduct a little bit with a class of maybe 18 to 21 versus a class of almost 40. So I can understand that dynamic of it. As far as parents go, it kind of depends. The passion can stem from, I didn't make it, so my expectation isn't for you that high. You know, and then you do also on the flip side have parents. I was valedictorian, I was 3.8, and now a kid goes in hard pressed. I'm not gonna meet that standard.
Yeah,
I'm struggling pressure right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. So it has to be like kind of like a happy medium almost. You know,
easy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult though for a lot of kids, and you know, a lot of parents too. They didn't believe in themselves properly, so they can't believe in their kids, or you know. Then college is not for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, we need more, you know, blue collar workers, especially like with AI coming on the scene. Like AI is going to be taking a lot of these college jobs when you think about like being an accountant, but you can be a welder and that's not going to be taken by ChatGPT.
That's true.
Not yet.
ChatGPT. Hilarious. Yeah, you're right though. It is
the AI coach.
Yeah, it's not like nobody standing on the sideline, just run this play. What's up?
Yeah, it'd be crazy. Man.
I definitely understand all of that, man. Something I tell my older ones. You know, me being the age that I am right now. Good God, 37.
I'm still young, man.
Man, it's funny to see though. My supervisor's 20.
Yeah, 20 years old,
and it's because you know they have that degree. They have the credentials that prove that they went and put in that effort and that hard work. And I tell them, you know, regardless of what anybody says, finish your race, go get what you feel like you're worthy of and what you deserve and that you've worked super hard for. That way you get to really help create the narrative of life that you want to be, versus going in and kind of being told what you're gonna get. Like a lot of people run into that, and it's harder, and then they feel like there's an uphill battle.
Yes.
Versus the ones that, you know, hey, I went into school, I wasn't rocking with it, I really don't like it, you know, I'm not a fan, but I stayed the course, and now my credentials show I'm worthy of something.
Exactly.
So that conversation, it gets tough because I've heard all sides. Yeah, it ain't necessary.
Right.
And then, then you can find some dope avenues where you can make some things happen for the people that are quick with it. You might get into Bitcoin. You might get day trading. I mean, it's a lot of options. But in society now, it's if I don't do it, what's quick?
Exactly.
Gotta have it quick.
The quickness, because I always say we have a microwave society.
Oh yeah,
that's what I call it. A conveyor belt society. Conveyor belt. Microwave society. We like the microwave more than the oven.
Yep.
And I think technology definitely has made us feel like that. You know, like because now I see a lot of kids trying to do Bitcoin or just people in general too. But it's like the quickest route. I always say the devil lives in the shortcuts.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? Like there's nowhere. You know what's that quote? It says nowhere worth going is gonna be a shortcut. No shortcut can take you to a place worth going. You know, so a lot of kids, they want that fast money, whether it be legally or illegally. You know, you know, I see some, as you say, like I know you don't like the word troubled youth, but there's some people who are some young kids who they didn't have the exposure to be able to see.
That's right.
The example of somebody like yourself or myself. Like I'll ask kids too, like when I meet them, like how many people do you know personally who graduated from college?
Oh yeah. Yep.
You know, and there's some kids, like I asked one kid, you know, he goes to like, you know, private school and he can name off like 10 people off the back. And one kid, he was just like, you're the only person I know.
You're the only person. Yep. That's right.
You know?
Yep. How many people in your family graduated?
Graduated.
Just graduated. Yeah.
It's something.
You find out really, you find out real quick, man. And for some, they just want the opportunity.
I know.
And then for some, like you said, I don't care. Maybe my success is creating a YouTube channel. Maybe my success is becoming the next big thing on TikTok.
Twitch streamers.
Maybe my success is being a streamer, not knowing that even takes dedication.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That takes consistency.
People don't realize how much work it is doing all this, man.
That
and
takes
then too,
follow
money,
through.
like
Yeah.
to be a successful Twitch streamer or
Man.
YouTuber, we're talking about you're in the top 5%.
Yep.
We're actually making like a living, but it's a full-time
Full
job.
time, yeah. It
Working
really
more
is.
than 40 hours a week, honestly.
Yeah. Editing and man,
it looks easy because they're doing it so well.
hey, my hat's off to it, because having a family and then trying to do that, I wouldn't even know where to begin. But I respect it, and there's groups out there like AMP and RDC. I see a lot of them, and some of them have set the mold for it, and then some of them they've created the platforms. The Drewskis of the world, and kids watch and they're like, yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be.
Right, because it looks easy.
But there's no template.
Right, and I think that's why college is good, because college gives you a template that says, okay, take this class, that class. It's like a paved path, right? But so a lot of people don't want to go that paved path.
That's right.
But the paved path is safer.
It's safe, man.
But the going through the unpaved path is more riskier.
Yeah.
But not everybody makes it out, It's just even like being an actor. They said the unemployment rate for being an actor is like 80, 50. It's like over like 60%.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There's a lot of like, because for you to be like an entertainer successfully, like musician or acting, is like you have to be in the top, like literally like 1 to 2%.
Yep. I remember Common saying that. He said it took me forever to get through the, I think it's a SAG.
Yeah, to be a member of, when you get that card, when you get that certification.
Certified Actors Guild or something like that.
It's a club.
Certified to C, but like I think it's SAG. So
it's one of those acronyms,
And he said that was hard, but now he's known, and they distinguish him as an actor before an artist.
I know.
Because he has that card.
Isn't that crazy? People like Common the actor more than the artist.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But I agree with you, man. That our youth are definitely in that middle right now, to where everything has to be quick. I even see my daughters, and I think the culture has even created it. You have
absolutely, man.
You have 10 to 30 seconds to captivate my attention.
Dang.
And if you don't, I swipe.
It's crazy.
Now if I like you, I'll double tap.
10 to 30 seconds, maybe even that, maybe like 5.
Now if I go, hey, I'm inviting you guys to this seminar, and my guy Chris is going to be speaking on, having different facets and avenues and knowledge, and towards, if you want to create something for the future, business minded, counseling, and cycling through that. And the seminar is going to be about 20 to 30 minutes. They clock out after 3.
And that's something.
They know that it's good, but my span is declining,
man, because
I've been secretly like
we're being conditioned just to go quick. And I think that is really one of the root problems of our society. Everything is quick. Like if you get angry with your partner, you get quick.
Oh yeah, quick.
I'm not trying to listen to you. I don't care about your day. I'm out. Everything. That's what said. The devil lives in the shortcuts.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah,
You're done.
I don't want to hear it. Yeah,
you're done. Remember when we used to say that? Where was that from again, man? Was that on a game, or what was that, a show?
No, your brother, man, he's the trademark of it, man.
Really?
We would golly. It was 2 games. So it was between
Ready to Rumble?
It was Smash, Super Smash, and Power Stone. So Super Smash, your brother had this he had this ability to pick Donkey Kong. And Donkey Kong had a move where he could grab you and throw you off the stage while he was leaping. And then he had this helicopter move where he could come back to the stage. And so, my boy Rob, shout out to Cash. Yeah. He created that helicopter move, and he patented that boy. And so when he would grab you, he'd be like, yeah, you're done. With the quickness,
that's
man.
Crazy,
and so, man. That patent from that, and then also that game, Shenmue for Dreamcast, he was the
1-player game.
Yeah, the 1-player game.
Bro, I used to think the graphics were like elite back
top
then.
Tier, man.
But now you play, you be like,
Landy and the grandchild. Oh man, me and Gerald. I know you.
Yeah.
Oh God, days.
It's crazy, man. Gerald's hilarious, man. I gotta cause we for a while I had a Smash Bros competition here at the crib, bro. You know, so when I start back up, I'm gonna bring you because Gerald came Trent. We were going in, man. Because Gerald has his son doing it too. His son's cold too.
Oh, I know. I've been to the Agbana household, man. Yeah, I know what time it is.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's always funny. You look back and you're like, man, I'm balling, man. PS2, PS1, Sony, for the old heads, Game Gear.
Whoa.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about it, but it's one of those Dreamcast that was everybody's.
Bro, what would you say are the top?
Oh, don't do it.
The top game consoles. You know, I'm not even going to put a number to it. You know, you can decide the number, but the top game consoles, because that was one of, like, you know, that my childhood. We would go over to your house, play games. You come over to my house.
Okay, I'm going to go. Let's see. Me personally, number one is Nintendo 64.
Bro.
Just,
I was like, man, we got to go classic.
Yeah, nostalgia alone, man. I remember gaining friendships and losing friendships playing GoldenEye. To this day, man, if I pick Boris, they know.
Bro, GoldenEye was like the first Call of Duty.
Yes, sir.
That was like, you know, because nowadays, like how games are like online, like I liked being able to be in person with somebody when I'm beating them on the game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can be in
the
the same room.
able to see their facial expression. You'd be able to see like how it goes.
Right. I like that aspect of it. So I mean, God, man, from Star Fox to Smash, Super Smash, and you know, all the games where you could just plug in 4 controllers and be in the same room, bro, rock out. So that aspect is kind of different now. Like you gotta be in different rooms just to play with your friends.
Oh, different houses.
Different houses, yeah.
That's crazy, man. Because you graduated 05 with all.
Man, we're all 05s, man.
Heights?
Yes, sir. Yep. Me, Gerald.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, Rob. That whole crew, man. And I laugh because I say, man, I knew all y'all when y'all was in the rap game early. You know, sit out in that parking lot listening to them CDs, man.
Bro, CDs. So does Heights have like a 20-year celebration for the?
I think that would be, it would be next year. So that's crazy to think about. But yeah, it's crazy. 20 years, man. That's what that'll be.
20 years.
Yep.
Some people still not doing nothing.
Oh.
I remember I went to my 10-year reunion, and I'm just like, there was a guy, he got in a fight. And it was the same guy that I always would get in fights in school. He got in a fight again at the reunion. At the reunion,
yep.
That's chicken and pickle.
Yep. It's what they know.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we got to be able to show the youth like something different, man. Yep. Because some people, they see that at their house.
Yeah.
You know, so even though they might have a positive like mentor or coach, they go right back home to where it all started. They got their parents arguing or whatever's going on, and neighbor.
I used to hear that saying, I would get mad because I said that's not true. They're a product of their environment. And I was like, nah, man, you can change the narrative. You can create it. You can do that. But some dudes, some young ladies too, they do reciprocate what they see.
Yep.
And then you're taught early, unknowingly, to harbor emotions, harbor feelings.
Yeah, to hold it in.
Can't cry, can't let out, can't vent. That's weak, especially as a man. And, you know, that's something that I'm privileged to tell the young men that I get to talk to, that I get to coach, you know, because I remember having a horrible moment, and, you know, I tell any dad out there to never do this, even in the realm of coaching or thinking that you encouraging or powering up somebody. I remember my son had a game in middle school, and he was in the 6th grade. It was a championship game, and his team lost by 12, and he came back from the locker room, you know, and I'm passionate, you know, I'm riled up, encouraging the boys, the other teams laughing. Yeah, you know, y'all weak. I'm like, okay. And, you know, he comes out and he's crying, sad, and he sits down, and I go over to him and I said, you don't ever let them see you cry. I said, that's a weak component. I said, what you show them is what happened is not going to happen again. I'm going to harbor it. I'm going to remember it. And when I come out the next phase, I'm coming for everything that y'all owe.
Yeah.
And I said that. And I watched as a young man looked at me swelled up all that emotion and just took it and said, okay. And from that point forward, emotion wasn't shown. And I remember thinking back, that was a horrible thing, man. You stripped that emotion from that young man and didn't allow him to actually be in the moment and feel.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's really interesting.
I always think on those things, and ever since that, I'm like, I never push the component when somebody feels that emotion coming on. Like, it's okay to feel, because we get in trouble sometimes when we don't, and we ignore everything, and it's easy to have that pride that comes in. No, I can't show that, and I know that even in your profession, sometimes the most detrimental things happen because they harbor, and they're unwilling to, be in that moment, be present, and just kind of deal. It's suppress.
What would you say though for the men out there who still believe that's the right way to handle it? Especially like there's a lot of coaches too who operate on that level. Like, what would you say to them? They think that that's okay to what you said. Like, it's like that's what they do every week.
Well, in that realm, as a young man and in the sport, a lot of them would have said, no, I don't see nothing wrong with what you said, coach. But you spoke earlier. How do you take the hat of coach and the hat of father off and not demean somebody's emotion, not the individual, but what they feel matters.
Yeah.
You're sad, you're crying because you're passionate and you care about the team. That's number one. Number two, you care about the boys that are on the team with you.
Yeah.
And some of the 8th graders, they embraced him coming in from public to middle school, not knowing anything about the school, but coming in and contributing. And so for him, that meant something. And in that moment, he was like, yo, I'm really hurting. And I didn't allow him to fully feel. I retracted that emotion and caused him to think on something else.
Wow.
Thinking it'll be beneficial when you get older.
Wow.
So now, the prayer is you move forward and you don't want nobody to feel like this is the way to contend and deal with emotion.
If that same event happened, today, like what would you say to your son now?
For me now, it's just it's an embrace. I've learned, man, an embrace does more than sometimes words can. Lets them know, hey, I'm here. And not just my son, like any young man, any young woman that I've had the privilege of talking to, being around, I let them know first and foremost you're heard, and then you're felt. Because some people think my gifts are the only thing people care about.
Just on their skills.
And and some coaches, we get in trouble because we don't realize some kids are willing to do anything for the approval because they don't have approval at home. And they feel like if I let you down, they diminish real quick. They're like, I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to even say. And you find those things out real quick. So that was a growing and learning moment for me, and last year I had that conversation with my son, and it was a moment where I truly had to apologize. We went to the backyard on our deck, and
it's the 9-year-old.
We were just talking. My oldest, my son, he was in college.
Okay.
And we just went on the backyard, and I shared with him. I said, hey man, I just want to apologize for that. And I said, I've seen in some instances where that thing took root, and it caused some great suppressing. And I just want you to know that you have the liberty to be free in what you feel and display that feeling, and not feel like you have to withhold because it'll make you weak. And that was an excellent moment of just like being open and transparent, and letting him know, man, I see you and I feel you and I hear you.
How did he respond?
Oh yeah, it was one of those moments. Oh yeah, I appreciate it. I love you. Yeah. No,
he didn't want to feel these emotions.
Right. But you saw, that tear from Denzel and Glory. But no,
that's beautiful, man.
You learn, man. And I positioned, and I went to somebody that I really look up to, and I shared that with them, and they said being vulnerable enough to recognize you did something wrong is the biggest thing.
Oh my goodness, man. It's so
because they said, had you suppressed it and been like, I didn't do nothing wrong, like you were saying earlier.
Mm-hmm. That's not being emotionally mature.
Yes.
And so there's some people, like I always said, I wish God would have made us look our cognitive age so that we can really be able to see how old people really are, because I see some, individuals in my line of work. I'm like, yeah, you might be 33, but really when the emotions hit you, you turn 16.
16.
And so some people haven't had, like, we've been blessed to come to have two parents growing up, man. Yep. That's been really of a really big blessing for me. I know for a fact.
Yeah.
But like somebody who didn't have that father figure around, they may think that being a man is just kind of swallowing it up, not talking about how you feel because maybe the men in their life told them that. You see, so it's like,
I thoroughly agree, man. Two parental household is very necessary. I was blessed enough, like you said, to be able to bounce things off from both perspectives of the compassionate mother hen and the assertive father figure, and being able to be, being open and transparent and doing that too, and not feeling shunned.
Yeah.
Hey, I feel this.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Hey, I'm dealing with this. Why do you think that is?
Actually talk about the emotion.
Talking about it, right.
Yeah.
And growing up with just, an older brother, we're 7 years apart. So, his life experience, I wouldn't enter into until I reached the age that we're separated by. And so it was kind of one of those, he's lived what I'm going through. So coming to him and asking him questions would have him like retract and be like, well, let me look back. Let me think back.
Wow. Yeah. Cause I didn't realize John is 7 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he's 43.
Yeah. 43. Yeah.
Yep.
So we, that dynamic sometimes felt, man, you alone in this thing. But then, you run into brothers like Rob and, then you inherit brothers like Chris. It's so funny, man. I just running up and down those stairs.
Yeah, man. Are your parents still in that house?
Yes,
man. I gotta go back there. That would just bring back so many memories.
Oh, it
man.
would, yeah.
We gotta make some work out.
But no, I think it's a blessing, and then also too to have other parents who had their hand in your life. Like I think about Mr. and Mrs. Jones, how loving and embracing they were, man, and going over there and them allowing me, to stay the night.
Absolutely.
And fight off that cat who did not like me.
Oh man.
And
it was probably frisky.
Yeah, frisky. Yeah. Man, jumped all on me one time. Your mom cooking that bomb spaghetti.
Yeah.
But like just that whole dynamic, your dad one time coming downstairs, I think Rob was doing something and he was working on his music, and then he sat down next to me and just was, convoing. And I was like, wow, man. Because not everybody's parent is going to be that invested in their kids' friends. Yeah. Some are just like, hey, you got somebody, go hang out.
Right.
Some actually, for the quality and quantity of it, no, I want to know what makes our child want to be in your presence and vice versa.
That's big, man. And because friends are such of a big influence. Like right after parents, I would really say friends.
Oh, yeah.
So we got to know our kids' friends.
And your dad is the master of quotes. So.
The master. He gave them analogies and stuff.
Yes. I'll never, these are the times of trouble a man's soul. That stays with me, man. Wow. Funny. Yeah, he was so quick with it. And I just remember him convoing with me and, hey, what are you passionate about? Just, something simple. And at the time, I throw X-Men. Not knowing no better.
Right back then. It's just like,
I want to be in it,
Wolverine.
Man. Yeah, Wolverine Day. Let's do it. So I embrace those moments, and I'm appreciative. Yeah, I'm a product of people that cared versus ones who go do what you want as long as the cops don't come to my house and say you're not here no more.
Man, yeah, I appreciate you sharing that story because I didn't even know about that. I didn't know he came and sat down with you and did that. He must have really he didn't come to do that with some Mumford.
No.
But I know that he did definitely do some good stuff with the kids that were the friends I hung out with at the time. But yeah, that's really It's really inspiring to hear that, you know.
Oh yeah, I'll never forget it, man. Like I said, I'm appreciative of it, and I think that was also an environment in which, when your parents are also close, it helps. And Rob, me and him just sharing similarities in what we liked and things that we watched or what we listened to at the time on them terrible Walkmans that we had.
Man, wow. And isn't that crazy how far music has came?
Yeah. MP3 players. We thought we was doing something. Listening to Rob make beats in that little room to the left. Yeah, it's so funny, man.
It's crazy.
The thing when I knew Rob had arrived, funny story. And if he ever sees this, he gonna laugh, but he wasn't probably laughing in that moment. I remember we had got invited to a function at Aaron's house, Aaron Hobbs, and rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
And I remember Rob coming up there and being there with OG and I remember somebody was like, "Yeah, Rob, you rap," and they put a beat on. They was like, "Spit something," and he was like, "Nah, man, I'm cool." And then somebody was like, "Yeah, spit something," and at that time, a lot of people were listening to a lot of different like groups in Wichita, like rapping.
Right.
They put a beat on, and everybody was like shocked. Everybody's eyes went up, like, "Yo, this is Robert, like Mr. Jones, like Lil Jones," and he was ripping, spitting. And we was all in this little room in the Hobson household, and he was going in, and I'm sitting there like, yeah. And after he finished, they were like, ooh, and the other person didn't even get to rap, so it was hot.
Yeah. There's a little freestyle battle.
Yeah, a little freestyle, man. I'll never forget that. Yeah, that was funny to me. But like even in that moment, because we all wanted to be Cameron, you know,
right?
Vice versa. Yeah, we all wanted to spit the him and yours. Yeah, New York,
just killer. Especially Trent.
Oh yeah, Trent was
he talked about it when I had him on the show. Like,
there's a difference. He was Cameron. Yeah. Trent was.
Who were your go-to artists?
Oh man,
back then, you know what I mean?
Bro.
I feel like that's when music was. I don't know. I mean, everybody says that, but like music was such in its prime, like back the early 2000s.
I love. My terminology has always been backpack rappers. I love people that they'll say something and then later on you gotta like sit and really chew on it.
Like Talib Kweli.
So you like, whoa, okay. Like I was a big Lupe guy.
Man, yep.
Busta was always like supreme.
Man, he's super underrated, man.
Yeah, to this day nobody wants to do a versus with him because they know.
Oh my god.
So like Lupe,
that would be
Busta and even somebody else that I listen to. Let's see. I'm trying to cycle real quick. Because I was like, I really like singers too. But outside of the mains was always like, Luda was very popular. Nelly was popular. But shoot, you talking back 05, they gonna throw out some random terrible rappers. So Trillville, that's when Lil Jon them was super popular.
Man.
So you would hear that in the parking lot even before games, and it's like, oh my God, here we go again.
Here we go again.
Dang, who else, man? I know I had some others. Oh, Earl Simmons, man. I was
Earl Simmons.
DMX, real heavy. I always liked him because he had a hidden message in his music, and a lot of people didn't catch it. But he was a funny guy, but he was real passionate. So I rock with passion. And then lastly, I think,
So many artists,
I know. Nas.
Yo.
Yeah, Nas. Illmatic.
That's crazy, man. What do you think about the music now?
I think it caters to the culture.
Yeah.
I honestly do. I think there's a couple people who want to like spit and like really speak on topics that matter. But then I also think there are artists that are like, yo, I gotta be with the times.
Yeah.
I gotta sell records.
I
gotta get these these streams up. I gotta get these purchases up. So if they don't want to hear nothing and they just want these beats, let's rock out. And you're starting to slowly see a lot of them diminish, and you don't hear from them as much because material's running low. I just watched the interview with Andre 3000.
When he was in the laundromat?
Yeah, when he was with LeBron on the barbershop.
I didn't get to see that one.
It was him. First off, the dynamic was wild because it was LeBron.
They be doing that too.
Sexy Red.
And Andre.
And
no
I was like,
way. LeBron, why would you do this?
Yeah. I said, come on.
That's a slap in the face to Andre.
Yeah.
How you going to put in there? What? Sexy Red.
Yeah.
Hold up, bro. I got to Sexy Red. LeBron and Andre, Three Stacks.
And the wild part, Three Stacks was dropping gems the whole time. And you could just tell the dynamic and culture. She would catch a couple, but then she'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because they brought up when Andre said the South got something to say. She said, well, when did that happen? And they all looked at her like, you don't know?
Is she from the South?
I don't know where she's from.
But she's from St. Louis.
St. Louis, yeah. But it was just funny to see that dynamic because Andre was telling them, creatives have a lane with rap, and true artistry comes from experiences and expanding beyond the genre that you in.
Exactly.
And I said, that's it right there. And she was like, oh, like, cause
she just see that's the comedy.
Yeah, trap shake.
Right, that's the difference between like fast food rap and then like 5-star,
I'm chewing
4-star dinner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The kind of steak you got to actually sit down. You got to wait. That's the crock pot in the microwave.
In the microwave, man. I come
LeBron
back to
put
it.
Both.
Yeah, and the reason that people want to, the reason people sit through listening to Andre play the flute is the hopes. He gonna grab that mic and start spitting because they know everything he says captivates.
He said the raps are in the titles.
Yeah,
I was like, come on, man, we want to hear the raps in the song.
Yeah,
but he's evolved. You know what I mean? So like just like back in the day, like how like when my dad asked you, hey, what's your passion? You said X-Men, but now he's matured. You know, and so like there's certain artists who don't mature as they grow older.
Yeah,
they just still make that same boy kind of music. You know,
I should have put Outkast in there. They were honestly like my top. I forgot to put them.
Yeah, Outkast, Stankonia,
man. Yeah, Speaker Box, man.
Did you listen to Andre's Flute album?
I did, man.
What'd you think?
I did. I think that's just his. He's always been the creative, like the one. And he said that. He said, man, I listened. He said before I rap, he said I listened to classical, alternative, bluegrass. And he said, me and Big Boy, we would sit in the studio and, they would be like, y'all, we need some motivation for these raps. He said, before we did Rosa Parks, they were listening to like some 60s and 70s and Etta James, just for motivation. And he said, I'm a writer. I'm not a freestyler. He said, I sit in a room and I just write my thoughts.
That's awesome.
And so like I said, that's art that you can respect. Because now you're looking and, artists are like, yo, let's create these beefs, man, to get these revenues up, man.
And like Kendrick.
But it's funny though, man. I respect it. I think Kendrick is an awesome mind. I think he's a creative. Drake is he's a creative as well. I think J. Cole peeped what was going on and said, I'm gonna bow out before it gets personal. Yeah,
for sure. I think somebody warned him. Like,
somebody said, "Hey, man,
it's gonna get personal.
It's gonna get personal." So
I'm out.
Yeah, you might have to Goku it. Go to
Now he's like riding his bike in NYC.
Yeah.
People seeing him just chilling. Like he's got it. He wanted his piece. So like people got mad. So that's kind of like even like what you talked about before. Like because in the beginning people were hating on him for like bowing out. And as a fan, I was kind of upset too in the beginning. But it's like looking back at it, you're like. Yeah, that's the right thing to do.
Well, go listen to his music.
Yeah,
what screams Jermaine the most? I mean, that's who he is. He's gonna give you the real, and he's not gonna continue it. He's gonna drop one and be like, "That's it." Yeah. Same with Big Sean. They're not gonna come in and rah rah rah. I ultimately sometimes feel like less is more.
Yeah.
If somebody's demolished lyrically, it ain't a lot left to say. And you look at the beef between, Curtis Jackson and Ja Rule. It was a demolish. Like your record label, you're done. Like he made sure that's it.
Right.
Yeah. When people hear your name, they're gonna think about me now. And
it's crazy. That's true.
That's what that was. And then turned around and did what? The same thing that I said that you are whack for. I turned around and did it.
Dang.
You singing on records, you supposed to be a rapper, but then I made 21 Questions.
Definitely. That's crazy.
It is.
What do you think, real quick, just on that note of the Drake and Kendrick? I know the beef has been a long time, but just real quick on that note.
I think it was heightened for music. I think a lot of people, it captivated their attention because, being honest, man, music wasn't doing much other than, the regular scheduled people dropping.
Right.
Drake has been a name. I mean, he still sell records. Like, his concerts are still going to sell out. I mean, he's known globally. Internationally.
Mega
right?
star.
Yeah. I mean, I think he has a Regency. I think. Or if he don't, he got one coming. But, between him and Kendrick like I said, he's a creative mind. The dude can write, and he spits. Got a family. So I think that was a way for his revenue to go up so that he could, possibly go globally too. I don't know how wide he reaches yet. I know a lot of people like him in the States.
Yeah, he's what I call a superstar. Drake is a mega star.
Mega, man.
And he got somebody maybe like a Future, just a star or something, So there's levels to it.
It sure is. Because I think back to, what was that, Drake and Meek? It's not a world tour, that's your girls tour. Like, that line alone.
Man.
Demolish. You know what I'm saying? But it's because the identity was already there. I don't have to do a lot. This is it. And now,
right, less is more.
Yeah, you're finished. Versus now, like, oh, you did say something to hit me, so now I got to hurry up and come back with something.
Yeah, that's that quickness.
Reaching for straws. Yeah, man. Let it be.
Definitely. Let it be.
Let it be, man. My track records speak. If we went 20 for 20 on hits, who would win? And then drop your mic.
Man.
My singles versus your singles.
They should do a versus battle. That's how
it.
They should end the battle with a versus battle.
Versus, yeah.
I still want to see Busta in a versus match.
But
who would be a good like competitor for that? If Busta Rhymes was in a versus match, right? Who would be
that's like, the issue. Like,
who would be good competition?
There's certain cats that he's won, like, and it's because he's too versatile. So Busta got slow songs. He got the fast ones. Yeah. And his energy is always.
What about
top.
Twista?
Your catalog ain't.
Yeah, it's not big enough.
Catalog, like, maybe, maybe for speed, but like, versus to me is catalog.
Yes.
I need Chris's top 20 singles, and then my top 20, and then the crowd is gonna see.
But look at the Locks. When they came, like, everybody thought Dipset was going to blow them out of the water. Well, but their performance
the Locks
was
had a cheat code, though. We Jadakiss alone embodies. And see, I thought that was an opportunity for Cameron to step up and be like, hold on.
Right,
I can go too. But Cam kind of stayed in the back, and he let Jewels take a lot of them hits. Like,
what was going on? It's just Cameron.
Jewels really the only one trying to fight. Jim and Cam was in the back laughing.
What are they doing?
Because a lot of people like Dipset. I remember having that whole CD, both of them. So the dual album, but from the Locks to even when they was with Rough Riders, like Styles P and Jada alone are ridiculous. They can go.
Absolutely.
And then to come back and hear that those were freestyles.
It's like, what?
Yeah, demolish. So
crazy, man. It's crazy.
But as far as Busta, I don't know. The only artist I can think, maybe Eminem. Maybe.
Ooh, that'll be a tough one. Man. It'd really be a definitely, man. So, I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Yeah, bro.
I really do, man. I appreciate it, man. Like, there's so many more topics we could go through and talk about whatnot, man. Like, from different things. Like, I always thought, like, when I was younger, like, you would like get into like comedy.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, bro.
Did you ever think about that at one point, or did you ever do stand up?
You can think you funny until you purposely try to put a joke out, and it's silence. And I've learned the funniest things is trying not to be funny, and that's the best responses.
Right. The funniest people, like some of the funniest people are not even trying.
Yeah, the ones that's trying, you can tell, like, bro, you trying too hard.
Exactly.
Like, but the ones that are just like naturally, they gonna get you to start kikiing. Like, those are the Chappelles of the world. Like, it's effortless.
They're just
being them. Yeah, it's easy.
Because I tried stand up open mic. What? I did twice back in 2012, man. I did it. And what inspired me, I was in biology class at Butler, and I got like best presentation or whatever.
Okay.
And everybody voted for me, and people liked it because I was just, I was being funny. And this girl, she's like, "Hey, you should go to the Looney Bin. Like, my dad works there." And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take that offer. And I went up there. I didn't tell anybody. Mm-hmm. And the first time, man, I killed it.
Okay.
Yeah. But that second time, exact opposite.
Yep. They were waiting on you.
And I was just like, all right, like I'm not getting back up there. Yep. I got too scared. Never went back up there again. But it was because the second time I was trying to be I was trying to be funny, and it showed, and it was uncomfortable. But that first time I was just up there.
Yep, being you.
Just
That's a craft that I respect, man.
It's a very tough
once
craft.
you have that plateau and you're funny without trying, you got it. But then when you're going in and if you think about it, comedians even tell you, I have a writing team because it's hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A lot of comedians have teams that help them write.
Right. But if Drake were, the people get on them. You can't have a writing team if you're a rapper. But if you're a comedian, you can have people write jokes.
Yeah. Kevin Hart said it a lot. He'll throw out jokes to the team and be like, "Yo, is that funny?" And sometimes it takes people in your crew not being yes men.
Yeah.
Because what if you went to your squad and was like, "Yo, this," and then and it's not. Then you get in front of the crowd and they like, boo, like Caesar.
Being a comedian is difficult because your whole you're dependent on the crowd for that validation to be like, yes.
Yep.
That's hard.
That's why when it comes to comedy, man, I love the ones that's not like major right now. I love the Kev on stage and Tony Baker's. And
I don't like the big stages because I feel like people get too you got to run around. Even when Kevin or even Kat are on the big stage, I like the smaller venues because you don't have to yell.
Yeah, it's intimate.
Try to be funny.
Man, if you get a chance, Kev on stage and Tony Baker will have you in stitches.
Man, I think I might have seen him. Yeah. Kevin, what does he look like?
So Kev, he started as a comedian within the ranks of he would do comedy within the church. Okay. But then it was so funny, it branched out. Tony Baker was known for doing voiceovers for animals. When goats would hit people, he'd be like, "Cram." He was like, say cram. And it stretched out and it got super funny. And so now they both have platforms that people support, and it's hilarious. Now they tour together, and to me, it's that comedy in the realm of they're not trying hard. One of my all-time favorite comedians is Sinbad. Wow, so funny.
Wow, is he from Wichita or something?
Kansas City.
Kansas City. That's what. Yeah,
but he, to me, all-time funny.
Sinbad.
Yeah, Sinbad's hilarious.
Wow.
Eddie Murphy, obviously. I mean, them.
Did you watch the new Beverly Hills Cop?
Oh yeah,
you watched it. What did you think? Because I was showing my girl the first one because she's never seen none of them. So I was like, you can't just go watch the fourth. Yeah, let's do the history.
You got to do the cycle. Yeah, I think Axel Foley. I think they did it justice. I mean, it's always wild to see somebody get older. So because you always see him in one light.
And that first one, he was very flamboyant.
Very funny. Yeah.
He was funny though. He was flamboyant too.
Yeah, he was. So seeing that and even the new remake of Coming to America, you can just see
it's not too bad. Yeah.
It's not bad. The dynamic is still there. And for me, comedy is timing. Throwing the right thing out there at the right time.
It's like a magician.
Yeah, quick with it.
It's really like a magician. I always say you pull the rabbit out the hat I didn't expect that.
Right, that's hilarious.
So that's what comedy is like. Well, I didn't expect you to.
Yeah, I didn't expect it.
It made me tickle a little bit. That's cool, man. Definitely. So I know usually at the end of our shows, I usually like to kind of have the guests maybe give tip one piece of advice they would like to share with anybody who might be watching, or any just quotes or any things of inspiration. Yeah, maybe to share before we get out of here.
I mean, for me, man, my faith has always been foundational, man. I stand on it.
Yeah.
Those principles have seen me through a lot, and I guess to encourage, I would just say, know that you matter, and your thoughts matter, your feelings matter. Your psyche is big. Mental health is huge.
Yeah.
Fight the urge to allow your mind to be conditioned to the posture of nobody's going to care. Because I run into a lot of people who feel that, and now they live in that space mentally and physically. So I just challenge anyone who's able to hear this, watch this, or even see it, to know that you matter, and your thoughts matter, and somebody does love you, and you are loved, man. And so
Definitely,
for me, that's a big thing. Not knowing that changes the outcome of everything.
Absolutely, man. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. I really love that, man. So I really appreciate you coming on the show, bro. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, man. You know,
it's been a pleasure, man.
I'm here, man.
Definitely have to shout out to your parents, man. Shout out to your brother.
Shout out.
Shout out to my brother as well, man. Like, you know, it's been real, man. So appreciate you guys too watching in, tuning in to the episode. If you made it this far, right? Thank you for tuning in. Like you said, mental health is important. Tap in.
Man.
If you're looking for a therapist, we can hook you up with one. I'm not the only one here in the city. There's so many other therapists too, right? But yeah, that's crazy. So the D1 is only D1 you gonna see on the Vending machine. I've been thinking about that since you said. I'm sorry.
It's real.
The D1 is only the D. Get me off focus.
That's it.
Yeah, man. So once again, I appreciate you guys watching the show. You know, make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys follow Roland. Grind time.
Yeah. Ooh.
Grind time. What they call you? Grind time.
Grind time,
That's
man.
been grinding all the time.
Bro, you don't even want to know. That was a Ray Lewis thing.
Okay. Wow.
My whole life.
Grind time.
Yeah.
It's dope though. Roland Grind time Mumford. Right? All right, man. So you guys take it easy. Be well. Be healthy. Stay safe out there, man. So we'll see you on the next one. Peace. Fully Connected Podcast. Signing off.
Yep.